ESL One Cologne is back in business. Our third, I keep wanting to call it a qualifier, our third quarterfinal, there we go, does start with a Q, is underway and rocking and rolling into our third map. Liquid have managed to stand the test of Nuke. And you did just see ESL One moments. I just saw those cheeky monkeys took footage from ESL One before. They took my footage. I saw that. That was, of course, of the background burst for Envious. They were making a whole lot of noise at the previous major. What I want to ask you guys to do is how to get involved at this one. If you are watching, it doesn't matter if you're at home, if you're here in the LANXESS arena, you can use the hashtag ESL One Moments, and you will be popping up on the stream throughout the rest of this event. So you go check that out, and we're going to continue to talk a little bit about Cobblestone. Duncan, Yanko, Blue. We set the scene a little bit. Yanko, you said it quite beautifully beforehand, where you're suggesting that actually now coming into this with NaVi, Liquid, seeing that this map does, kind of work for both of them. We've got an equal affair, despite NaVi and Liquid being set as a rather David versus Goliath matchup in our pre-match.
Yes, I think this is out of the 3 maps that were left in the randomizer, the best one Liquid could have gotten. And I feel that the teams are similar in having a strong T side as well. So it will be interesting to see which side will in the end be able to prevail.
Yeah, does anyone remember which side they start on? Duncan, you have this magical memory. Can you remember?
I'm not entirely sure.
Damn, okay.
I feel like NaVi was the one who chose to start CT side on Cobble, which didn't make much sense to me, but I think that's what I saw. Maybe some production.
Well, I mean, yeah, we'll quadruple check that.
I mean, that does happen. I have noticed actually NaVi and VP both tend to do that on Cobblestone, and they often do it on Train as well, because it's like they like to know how many T rounds to get, I think. I think it determines the kind of pace they're going to go at. Now, I think for this particular map, I do agree with Yanko there. This is a good chance for Team Liquid, as in it's the map that they wanted at this point in time. Bearing in mind they have no pick value at the end, they have to hope the randomizer gives them this map. They did. The problem is it's a very good map for NaVi. I mean, this is a map where NaVi does hover permanently around that sort of 70% win rate. And when you consider they're going deep in Tier 1 tournaments, that means you're legitimately world class at the map. Yeah. The sort of teams that they've lost to in recent memory on it is like NIP, who've proven to be one of the best teams on that map. Virtus Pro, also specialists at this map. So you have to be very, very good at the map to beat NaVi. And part of the reason why is because they have this fantastic T side. So what I like about the storyline here is for NaVi, there's no excuses. You've got one of your best maps. You're in the third map. It's against a team with less experience than you. You're supposed to win here if you're the better team. If you're Team Liquid and you can overcome NaVi in this scenario, then no one's going to be like the randomizer helped you in that. It's like they're one of their best maps as well. So you have to really take it from NaVi if you want to take this semi-final.
There's no doubt they're going to have to work for it, Blue. But when I say Cobblestone, I do say Team Liquid. Can you see past that Virtus Pro result in this previous tournament? Duncan's made a good point about conceding to the very best.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Looking back, I think even just, at ECS finals, they beat G2 on this map twice throughout the course of the event. One of them, it was like a very dominating, like 16-6 victory or something like that they managed to take against them. So they've shown some good results, and that was with the new roster already. And coming into this event, they've already had some great pickups, and I don't know, I'm kind of feeling it now. I feel like that there is a real chance for Liquid to come in here and cause the upset.
While the numbers are on screen, does anyone else notice that we have got Edward has gone completely unaddressed, while actually being heads and shoulders above the rest of NaVi? I almost feel guilty for not mentioning his name.
It was mainly on the Nuke game. He had like 31 kills there, 180 yards. That's what's mainly skewed it. I'm actually going to tell you what I think is the X factor, because I've been watching NaVi over these last few tournaments. I watched them at E-League, and at the moment I've noticed the X factor for a NaVi win is nearly always Flamey. Now, it used to be because there was just Guardian, and then if Flamey came with a star performance, you could do as well. But I've noticed, regardless of what Guardian does, Flamey is really the barometer for the T side of NaVi. And so when Flamey's up at the sort of numbers he was for the whole series there, 80, 90 ADR, NaVi nearly always wins then. But on the last map, he was down at like 50 ADR. The same thing happened in E-League. The only maps they lost, he was 45 ADR, 50 ADR. So keep your eye on Flamey in this game. And if he's fragging well, if he's putting out good damage, NaVi's in position to win. If he isn't, then that's when they're going to struggle. And certainly people like Simple can pick up the slack for Team Liquid and take advantage.
I know it's going to feel like we're mentioning all of NaVi's players on this map, but on Cobble in particular, I feel that also Seized is a very important player, because we emphasize the importance of the drop area, and Seized is the player that on T side is always lurking around that area, trying to find the pick. If his team is moving towards the A-bomb side, he will be in that position trying to catch off the rotators as well, and he usually tends to put up big numbers on this map for NaVi.
Another important note too is looking at Liquid's CT side specifically, we saw how powerful they were able to use the shotgun on that last map. Cobblestone's easily a map where we've seen it used plenty of times before in drop room, by broken wall, notably on the B side. You could even push out A long and have a pretty useful position there with it if you can catch players pushing aggressively. With how potent Hiko was with it before, I'm not going to be surprised at all if we see that pickup coming in again with the Mag 7.
I do realize that we've got some new viewers as well, and we keep talking about ADR. I just want to make sure I outline that's average damage per round, and a lot of the analysts will agree that that's one of the best ways to determine and gauge how well someone is performing. So a high ADR towards the hundreds, you are looking at a very good performance, nearly over 90 for Edward. So keep your eyes on Edward as he is the top performer in this series so far. And the series does continue right here, right now. It's Cobblestone. Will Liquid manage to do it, cause a huge upset? NaVi have made 2 grand finals in a row at major events. Will the North Americans stand in their way? They're a new roster. There's a lot of question marks. Maybe those question marks will aid them as they battle to get one step closer to the semi-finals. Henry G and Sadakist are your casters for this one. Let's jump into Cobblestone.
Thank you so much, Alex. Yes, let's jump head first into Cobblestone because this has been an excellent series so far. If the group stages were anything to go by, this was the CIS major. 4 teams out of 4 make it through. Liquid as well with Simple on their roster, but Flipside don't make it out of the quarterfinals. And if NA wants any hope, they've got to silence NaVi right now. Chance to do it, but good map for both teams. Is it enough for NaVi if they can only get that 5 rounds that we talked about on their CT side?
That's the magic number, though. You say it's normally enough, but that's normally more than enough on their T side. Like the guys described, their T side, it's such a well-oiled machine. And the thing is, they get those 5 rounds on the CT. That's just purely down to Guardian normally. He's so strong on that defensive side. He's very good at getting the first pick and being a little bit more aggressive than we're used to with him. He actually opens up the map for them, and they do struggle primarily towards that drop-down room. We actually casted the game earlier in this tournament with them, and if you remember, they were getting exploited there time and time again. They're really struggling to actually hold off anyone. We'll see what they can do here as we are getting into it. It's a 3rd and final map of this series, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make some noise as we see whether Team Liquid can overcome NaVi. 5 sets of armor for the boys on the CT side. It's going to be a fast play towards long A from Liquid.
Quick counter boost to drop as well from Siege, though. He goes kind of waiting for this, but it'll be interesting to see what they can get from that information. With Edward already up on the platform, they're rotating Flamey early toward this A side, but Liquid slowing it down. And I wonder if Hiko has a read on this boost, and that's perhaps why, because they know there would be so much information given to NaVi when that is discovered.
So you can see Nitro and Elise, they've got control of long A right now. This could be an A split coming in. So you'll see Hiko, he's going in first, and this first kill, very important indeed. Sees it's all in at this stage, and they're trying to see whether there is any sort of threat there. So they are aware this is a possibility. And see, told his nerve and at least find 1 kill.
JDM's going to be the one to go in. Crosshair placement not accurate enough, or at least the reaction time. As JDM takes down Seized. Flamey now, the next one in drop. He's got flashes going in against him. That puts Hiko in perfect position. All right, doesn't blind him, but him forcing to be relocated means Hiko can get the jump. Simple takes a shot on Edward. JDM just has to watch for Zeus coming around. There's 2 players still coming in at the A side as well. Zeus is going to get Simple. Bomb is still in that drop room, but with the 2 players rotating to catch out the CT players and pinch them in that connector, it's pretty much done deal for Bomb, and it can go back to A now as well.
Yeah, the idea was originally there to get that A split rolling, but they found so many kills towards B. The 2 players that are holding towards A actually came with the rotations, killed that just CT's waiting in the connector room. So that worked out very nicely. It's going to be a 4 versus 1 now, Guardian, the last remaining player. He's got armor. At this point, he has options. He can try and farm some cash, get some kills with the USP, get $300 for each one he finds, or he saves the armor and takes it to the next round. Very unlikely he can do anything with this situation, but he is looking for kills. You can see him just hunting in towards long A right now, getting some sort of information with the footsteps, but you can sense that players are surrounding him, so he should find his first kill. That'll give away his position, and he'll struggle after that.
Okay, wow. That's a nice shot. Lovely stuff again.
Right there.
So I don't want to paint a picture too vibrantly early. It's obviously only round 1 done, but you've got to play every single round. You can't come in and build into the game. Obviously you do in terms of adrenaline, in terms of strat calling and adaptation to other teams, but from NaVi, we talked about the 5 rounds. Getting a pistol on their CT side often is huge for them. Now they've got a tough ask. We know they're not that proficient on this CT side. So just to give an idea of the sincerity and just how much this actually means for Liquid to get this start, it's pretty crucial.
Oh, absolutely. This is fantastic for them. It's going to be round number 2. So they're going fast towards long A here. It's not my favorite approach on the anti-ecodes, can cause a lot of trouble here, but luckily for them, there's not going to be CT crossfires waiting on the other side. Guardian and Zeus are towards middle. They can hear the rotations coming in as well. So Elise, he'll be focused towards mid and trying to take their attention away from side Ali, but here comes the first shot, and he's got that Mac 10, finds 1 kill. Gone with a second, but does a ton of damage towards Guardian.
Followed up, but Hiko committing that far into the corner means C's can get a jump on him. It doesn't really matter, though. Elise and JDM now pull it right back as Edward with a deagle. Just a deagle, no armor, no kit, no nades, but still doesn't really want to, give that gun away because won't be able to buy anything in this next round on the CT side in order to bring out utility on round 4.
But a simple run there from Liquid. Like I said, most teams will elect to go for the full default at the start and then go towards long A. It's a pretty high-risk maneuver all in towards that position at the start. It's very tight and there's a lot of chance for CZs to be there and boosters as well, but they went for it. It's a bit of a risk, but it pays off, and it's just going to be Edward remaining now. And it was Seeds that found 1 kill, but that's all they really got of it. Bomb planted, round over. Edward just trying to save the Deagle at this point. There's no real reason to hunt him. The T's know that he hasn't really picked up a weapon at all, so it only really worked for the SMGs to go looking for it. They can actually gather $600 at this point, but the rifles, not so much. They've got to save those weapons, and especially with the Legion low HP. But there it is, 2-0 in favor of Liquid. Now he did semi-force buy into that. I think they had 3 players with armor. Obviously Guardian, he'll be wanting to get the AWP, so he keeps his money a little bit stronger. He's on 3,100 right now. This should be the full eco of this stage. Nothing really to report in terms of what they can do with this. Edward the Deagle, maybe you can find a cheeky shot towards those new steps area. We'll kind of get into that when we see that come into play, but it's going to be round number 3, and they can hold on to the SMGs here. If they have a nice clean round and they actually keep the MP7s alive, there's a great chance of that bonus round. That means traditionally on the 3rd round we see a full array of rifles, but if you have a clean round here, the MP7s are viable and can actually boost the terrorist economy tremendously. So you can go for a nice fast rush towards drop down and make those MP7s be effective at least.
We haven't seen actually very many of those rounds this tournament. We don't really talk about them, but Flamey catching Nitro with a very, very fast play at window. It's going to give them the start they need on NaVi's side. And one of the SMGs already gone, so that Jaden round that you talked about, not really a possibility.
I don't remember saying that, actually.
I think you did.
Okay, fair enough. Well then, it's going to be 5-4. Nice play from Flamey. That's a position that a lot of CTs will hold in the defensive stance, and it's Nitro trying to hunt for information there. It was a bit of an audacious play, but it's not a huge deal like I normally described on train. Only drop an SMG against armored opponents. It's not super effective, especially at range. It'll take something pretty special for Guardian to actually find some kills with this, but he's nice and close towards the broken wall. And that's like a B attack potentially here, as Simple is in position, but his teammates are rotating back towards middle, so they might go for an A-split.
Seized Zeus Guardian all close to those smokes on B, trying to get those pistols up in the face of Team Liquid as well as that SMG Guardian has, but with the bomb going back over, it's just Edward right now that's on the A site. However, fast rotation coming in because of the timing.
They've actually wasted a lot of time here. They've got 30 seconds. They're still not towards the end of long A. They have to go all in. They have got a smoke connector, but CTs are ready for them.
Edward threatening with that Deagle. He had a feeling he would just connect on one of those. Simple's going to come in late with the AK. Unleash has to hold off the balcony. Does the job. JDM and Simple first, but there's the response to the bomb down. 17 seconds. Yes, there's time, but they've got to execute this correctly, and they do. Elysian Simple will close it, but a lot of guns lost. 2 AKs saved.
Yeah, a bit close for comfort there towards the end. It was that stack towards the A side, and he read it perfectly. They rotated in. Had enough to actually get a few kills. Came down to 2 players surviving for Liquid, but they've got a ton of money right now. You can see even after the rebuy, Lee still has just under 5k. Simple over. And it's going to be the all coming up for JDM. This is where the battles really begin. Guardian, like I said, tremendous on the CT half. So good at getting them openings. That's pretty much what they have to rely on. Their drop-down play is pretty poor. We saw them struggle, and we'll see what they can actually do. I think it was against NIP, though. They really were allowing Get Right to get in every single time and completely wreck them, but they did bounce back on the T-side, that's for sure.
Thrown Molly as it does bouncing, then extinguish in flames. Oh, and it doesn't matter because, yeah, exactly. Simple just walks out, takes that AWP. So they tried to cover off the stairwell with that Molotov. He gets the kill instead, but it's traded back. Thankfully, so they haven't gone to recover that AWP. Flamey's not pushing toward it. There's still smoke out along. He's not comfortable doing so, but look at the positioning right now with NaVi. 2 players on the mid-ramp. And in behind them, Liquid's going to enter the site. They just have to confront Edward. Good kill by Elige, but do they consider this? Yes, they do. Elige turns around and gets 3 in the round. Very good read by him. And now it's just Flamey 1 versus 4.
Yeah, Elige doing some serious work here in this best of 3. Was quiet in a couple of the halves, but the ones he's performed in, he's been an absolute monster. There's going to be 4 players surviving for Liquid. It all came off that play from Simple by himself. That's the NA playstyle. Try and work a pick towards B, and then you can open up the map from there. It was Simple. They took down Guardian. He had the AWP as well. A huge scout to take down, and they managed to pick it pretty clear from that point as well. Liquid getting that first kill, and they make the call straight away. Let's get back towards A while they're rotating over, while they're questioning themselves, and they don't really have the manpower to hold us off towards that site. Elige comes out, 3 headshots, of course, and now it's 4-0. And this is where things become tricky for NaVi. They definitely can't force buy this. They can't allow the economy to spiral out of control. They have to allow it to go to 5-0 at this point. Zeus does get a 5-7 and body armor, but that's the only real investment here. A couple of HG grenades as well. You need about 3 or 4 maybe to make that effective if it is a B rush. But it's a stack towards B, just Zeus along A by himself.
He's going to get it. Tiny read on Elige. Liege. Oh, Liege does get him. He looked to the left at the arch first. He nearly walked out of the open, but good read again, takes down Zeus. Now they can start to take over the map control with the Liege. This forces Guardian and sees back his direction. And they can slow things down on a default at long B, excuse me. Shot though by Simple. That would have been huge as well, just to get into the site more comfortably, but Nitro's going to close it.
Got that double orb set up on the T side as well with JDM and Simple. Such a scary prospect going forward. This round looks pretty clean cut now. It's going to be one player remaining, that's Flamey, and he's actually towards the back of the B side. And the bomb's going towards A, but so far so good for Liquid, just keeping nice clean rounds going forward, not giving any guns away, allowing their money to build up going forward. It means the campaign will be very successful and they can keep their pressure firmly applied. It will be maximum loss bonus for NaVi next round. It means after losing 5 rounds in a row, you get $3,400, and that goes up an increment to $1,400. But we'll see what they can do.
You say building money as well. Liege is 11 for 0 and had $11,000 at the start of this round.
11,000. Round number 6. That's pretty nutty. And it's going to be 5-0, and they actually thrown one of the orbs away here, and I think that's probably the right call. It's very difficult to actually do anything with the bomb sites and hold them off if you're getting smoked out, and retakes coming in thick and fast from the CTs. It's one orb's more than enough. It's going to be Guardian back on the AWP. I don't think he's had much impact yet. In fact, he's had 0. He's got 0 for 5. So it's round number 6, time for him to step up. We'll see what his move is this time. It's Liege stepping into drop down for his first kill once again. See, he does find him.
Start from NaVi this time with guns out. He goes down the 19th seat and he is committed into that drop position to watch behind the smoke. He's got to stay there because Flamey's let off on this. Instead, though, it is going to be back over toward the A site where Liquid approach. Zeus, not boosted, but trying to play close. Through the smoke to the arch. JDM trying to see above that smoke. May catch him going back in the site. Nearly does with the boost, but doesn't land the shot. That'll allow Zeus to get away and Guardian to come over to try and support him with his AWP.
Well, it was the Liege that started around. Like I said, the drop-down room is known to be weak for NaVi, so he had a decent spawn, tries to go there straight away, but he does step up this time. He finds the kill, goes down to 19 HP, but that does funnel Liquid all the way to the A side. 4 players committed now to long A. They've got danger control as well. Hiko's going to be waiting there, so smoke's available. 4 of them, in fact. So they're going to go for a full execution at this point. Smoke towards the balcony, smoke towards the connector room, flash out and try and get JDM in a position where he can find that first pick. But the CTs are ready for this. You can see they've got 2 players on the other side. One in middle and one towards APC.
Guardian changing his angle again with this AWP. LANXESS to the entrance, try and shut them down. They both peek, they almost line it up in fact, but Simple does prevail. Good shot, JDM. He hits C's, but Guardian getting that one back on Nitro. Slows Liquid again. 14 seconds bomb at the stables. JDM getting closer, but Guardian still with the EWP. Good shot, Simple. Just has to watch the rotation. 7 seconds, he gets another shot. This could open up the ball and play. 4 seconds, no! JDM's not there! He's not there in time, Edward! He doesn't know it, but he doesn't need to peek. They got the round. NaVi steals it away. And he does take down Simple post round for the money loss, but nearly gets the second as well. What a round for NaVi to win.
That was scary. The remaining CT player as well, he assumed that bomb was being planted. He actually made his way out towards connector. He didn't know he could just stay alive at that point. He gets away with it, dancing around that APC. But you're absolutely right, a really tense round there. It's not such a huge deal the player died after the bomb, the round time expanding. Like I said, they had so much money available. It's the CTs that are still feeling the burn here. They've only won a single round so far, and it came down to 1 player remaining. You can see that reflected right now. A UMP, 2 Famises, little utility. This is a great chance for Liquid to force a double eco here if they were to win this round. It's fast, they're pushing into upper B here. And Edwards spraying through the smoke, finds the headshot as well. Nitro drops. 5 and 4, that's exactly what they needed to actually have some sort of footing into this round. They're struggling with the money right now.
Struggling dearly. As Edward's going to flash back in as well, try and find another opening, but he doesn't consider that slight gap in the smoke, and the advantage is lost. They give it away. They go aggressive, and Simple and JDM make them pay for it. It's C's now that has to get up close. Flash through on him will fully blind him, but he's still going to hold this. They don't try and capitalize on it. He's got 1 back with the EOP, another chance, but Simple gets it. He's going to give them the entrance. Watch the rotation coming around. Zeus with 1, but it's Guardian that could have had a potential to try and flank them on the entry. Not going to happen.
That's absolutely massive there. What a round for Liquid to win. That's a full reset. That means potentially a double eco now for NaVi going forward. They can't have anything into this one. They have about 1,500 cash overall, and it's NaVi in a disarray now. You can see the look on C's face, head in his hands. He knows how much that meant. He had the opportunity, that UMP, to get more than 1. This shot opened things up. He thought Edward had done enough. But JDM, he's been great. That's actually collateral, I think. On the Flamey, he knocked him through the back and got the assist there, so that's kind of sick. But 6-1 now. Can a terrorist timeout? They need to slow the pace of Liquid. They're reading this so well. They know the money was going to be low from that close round, going towards B and just completely shutting NaVi down. They will take a pause at this point, and it's normally just to kind of discuss how you're going forward, but I think they need to just reassure themselves they can get back into this. They know the CT half is going to be weak. Discuss what the problems are so far. Why are Liquid getting so many picks? It seems like Simple, he's been super efficient in this half as well. 10 kills for him. It was Elise in the early sectors that really opened things up for them, but Simple's been cracking these bomb sites open left, right, and center.
And in the major final in Columbus, when NaVi lost the first game, they lost the mental game as well. This is another tournament, this elusive major title that they feel like they have to do so well in, and the pressure is mounting right now in this third map of the quarterfinal.
Yeah, you can see on the camera right now, it looks like they're very calm in the Liquid camp, and they've got good reason to be as well. They've played a great game so far. What a fantastic position to be in that. You said they had to posted good numbers on the T half here, as we know how fast and NaVi are going to come back at them. If they can get double figures, that'll be absolutely amazing, and they're making a pretty convincing case of that so far. This is potentially a double eco, so you get $1,400 this round. The next round they get $1,900, so they could get a buy, be FAMASes and shotguns, and like Blue pointed out, it's a very effective weapon on this map. It's certainly not ideal. Can't get the AWP next, and it's going to be Guardian. He actually purchases a PT50 as well, so I think a double eco is in store.
Yeah,
it has to happen.
Based on that buy of the pistols, yeah, it's the only way out at this point. Edward.
$700 for that deagle.
Yep. Of course, we say double eco unless they win it. God knows.
Well,
CSGO, it can happen.
We're saying like what's the most likely outcome of this round. That's what we're basing it on right now. And you can see Elise, he wants to get the MAC-10 out. Very good at mowing down unarmored opponents as well. So he'll be going in first. We saw Nitro try to do that by himself in the previous round. He gets shut down, but you can gain information and potentially spray a couple down, farm some money. That's why I said it. Like we say again, it's going to be $600 per kill for that weapon. A great opportunity here for Liquid. They don't want to throw this round away. They know how much it means. It could mean 2. As we go into round number 8.
Simple, Eco, Nitro, all in the B tunnels. Bomb on their side. Zeus getting aggressive out toward A main. Very long, rather. With JDM staring it down, and Elige there as well, just waiting for a push at the bottom of middle. He's held up at the corner, Zeus, so doesn't want to overextend too early, but he's trying to be in a position where he can get a read early on as well in terms of when they rotate back.
Hard default coming in from Liquid, not giving anything away. They want to utilize that time and make sure that if people are dying, they're getting traded. Zeus now thinking about facing long edge. It's a very difficult angle, especially with that pistol. He wants it, you can see him thinking about it, but now it's just Liquid holding tight and seeing if they can gain some control towards middle, which they will get at the moment. And that's actually Elise, like I said, he's the reconnaissance player. He's hunting out for information right now. Hasn't got anyone with him, but that's absolutely fine. As they do smoke off towards connector, it will be an A-side attack. Potentially, the bomb is still in the B halls.
Yeah,
so maybe
Nitro, Elise is going to rotate back through, exactly, cut them off, and Nitro's going back over that direction. They know now there's 2 in connector. That means a rotation onto the A side was likely in order. It's slowly, well, speeding up, I should say, coming back toward B. But that Stampede slowed down as Simple gets 1 kill. They picked up a MAC-10 on Edward, which again, double eco situation. That alone is significant to try and get something in the next round.
Like I said, that kill going away, like Elite dropping, that's insignificant. It actually works in their favor. You saw once he got caught in the connector area, they assumed it was an A-sided attack. They started rotating back towards A. That opens up the B bomb site. And once the bomb's down and the rifles are set up as well, that's an impossible retake. So they're going to have to save the MAC-10. Believe it or not, that's actually be quite beneficial. They can do something next round. So it's probably the least tantalizing weapon to save, but it's something, right?
Exactly. At this point, if they just throw in the towel, they just run in and try and make something happen with these pistols. You get nothing for it, and you're in a worse situation next round. So you can see as well the other 2 pistol players posted for exits. Any gun they could have gotten would have been pretty significant. So 6-1 though for Liquid.
7-1.
7-1. I hate when it doesn't update like that on the top of the scoreboard. You are dead right. But Elise and Simple, that's pretty impressive stuff so far.
Oh, mate, they've been absolutely astonishing. JDM as well, he's got 7 kills, but they've been very influential ones as well. Especially when they're a man down, he's finding the picks in return, and it's going to be number 9. We'll see what kind of buy does come in. Like I said, NaVi, it would be the double eco situation, so they're not forcing into this. It will be that saved MAC-10 and some upgraded pistols as well. They will pick the buy next round, but Liquid winning the half nice and early here. And it'll be more the same at this point. Don't need to overcommit, just hold back, but Nitro, famed for this upper platform position, great at working those headshots, especially today. He's in fantastic form. So be holding it back for now and see if you can hear any footsteps. It's a pretty standard setup from the CT. It's not a real stack going on. 3 towards B, 2 in danger.
Flamey on stairwell. Edward looks his direction to help give him some guidance on the way through. He may not need that. The MAC-10 gets one onto Nitro. They have to back away slightly. Look how close they are with Guardian there as well. Simple. He can't afford to make one misstep too far forward. Meanwhile, Elige, though, back over toward the A site with Bomb on JDM. They've gone by Danger. They haven't checked it. Simple does find two, but he goes down to Edward. That's all over at B. Watch A. Bomb's going in, but again, Zeus was not checked inside that Danger position, so he's already at the top of the ramp. Good thing Elige, though, has this covered off, that exact cross position from long A, so even if he jumps up, they'll spot him, but he goes low. 15, and an AK picked up on Edward. Definitely a chance in this as they try to get that shot, JDM, and he goes down to 60 on the first peak. He's forced to stay in behind the hut. Elige trying to shuffle back closer so he can watch balcony as well, but it puts him in behind the stables, which is vulnerable, and Edward's gonna try and flank him out. They're gonna pinch, they're gonna work together on this. Zeus starting to rotate back closer to the site. Elige not sure which way to look, and Edward's coming. He's going around that corner. Zeus takes one shot to pull his aggro on his attention, and there it is. It's all on JDM. AWP in the site. They try to go for the jump, but don't land it, but Zeus just nails the headshot. They pull it back, NaVi.
You can see JDM just trying to run the clock down as much as he possibly could there. It's going to be a tight defense.
Nope, they don't have it. They don't have it. No kid, he's off it. He's gone away. It would have been about a 2-second margin, I believe, and Liquid, a sigh of relief. I don't even think they thought they had it.
They did just enough. I thought the defuse were coming in. I thought it was just about enough time there, but apparently not. It's going to be a pause coming in for now, but that was pretty nutty. It was Elige, like you said, he had nowhere to look. He was just kind of dancing around, hoping he could put his crosshair in the right position. He gets taken down, and JDM just isolated on the bomb side. They had to hit that first shot. That would guarantee the round, but he did just enough to deny the defuse coming in. That's a big round for them to win, and it's an adjustment from NaVi going forward. We have got a pause right now, but the buys have come in on our screens. It's a double AWP setup for NaVi. And Matt, we've talked about it all tournament. Like, in my opinion, this is one of the few maps where the double AWP setup isn't as viable as others. It limits you if full executions come in. As soon as the terrorists realize that you have this double AWP potential, they can actually just kind of shut you down completely with the wall of smokes towards B. Unless your AWP hits absolutely everything who's defending, it locks the other one out. So the retake's very difficult indeed. So we'll see how this works out for NaVi. I assume this is technical at this stage.
Silence on the Liquid side. Again, if it is technical, they are not allowed to talk, so that might indicate that. But either way, double up setup, desperation sets in. Good news about getting all five of those players down, in that last round. Sure, that's a heartbreaking way to lose it, and every round counts for NaVi on the CT side. We've already mentioned that. But they do start to chisel away at the economy of Liquid, so.
Oh, you can see
still pretty large, though, for Simple
right?
and JDM.
Lee's on the screen right now, Matt. He's looking at the tactic book. Maybe they've called a set piece right now. They're going to throw something in. He was ruffling through and seeing what the tactic was exactly, so I'm expecting something a little bit more execution-based there. And that could be the perfect time to do it. As I described before, these double AWP setups are vulnerable to these heavy execution with the smoke grenades and Molotovs. And if they have called it now, that's a godlike move. As NaVi trying to change things up now. Haven't really got rolling until Guardian. 1 kill after 9 rounds. That's
shocking.
After we built him up so much, saying this was his map on the CT side, hasn't got rolling whatsoever. He's been shut down by AKs mostly.
He's got his AWP back up in this round. We'll see if that can be the difference. Still on the timeout right now, and it is technical there. You can see it. Admin's leaning over Edward's shoulder to try and sort things out. So we'll see if they can get that back. Beautiful stage, I have to say. I really do like this stage setup. Apparently Shara quite likes it as well.
That was pretty good. It's the kind of thing you would do.
Yeah, that's definitely something I would do.
That's why they don't let you on the stage.
Yep. Yep. I am a liability, but there it is. You can see it in its full splendor. Well done to ESL, hats off, and I have to say the graphics as well. When we fly through the screen, we see those overlays. Yeah, that's really, really, really cool.
Yeah, that's like, I blew my mind when I saw that this morning. But that's like some of the best production I've seen. Amazing. Well, then getting back to this game, it looks like the pause is coming a little bit longer, but have a look at Liquid's money as well. It's not looking good for NaVi. Even if they win 1 round, it has to be pretty clean going forward. This is a full investment from them. That double AWP setup, it's a change of pace for sure, but this is getting pretty dire. And the pause does come to a finish, and like I said, Simple 12K, JDM 10K, Nitro 8. So they're in a great position right now. JDM has got the AWP once again. And I feel like NaVi, they need to go for that first pick this time. Seized, he likes to go for the aggressive picks as well. Maybe he can go towards long A and have a look around and see what's going on.
The interesting thing is I looked at that, because oftentimes you can tell what the intentions are. He's got the perfect spawn for long A, but he's firmly fixed on B right now.
Okay, so he'll be going towards B. That means what? Guardian was swapping things up. Maybe he's having a rough time towards that upper B area. He's actually going down towards the mid-ramp. That's an opportunity now to go for that aggressive pick. If we can jump on him. He gets flashed off, and now that kind of means he has to fall back.
Oh, and that is ridiculous. Hiko on the door. You said Guardian's been getting shut down by AK. Now he's getting shut down by bad luck as well.
What?
So smart. Guardian wants to go for the
Look
quick
at
peek.
this.
They're all there.
They're in already, and the Nitro gets the second kill. Round over. Zeus had to go huge here. He's coming from long A. He's got a good position. They're not anticipating this.
Well, he's going to trigger discipline. It tries to shoot toward Elige. No call made. JDM doesn't respond in time. He's out of ammunition to take down Hiko, who does trade it back. Makes it just a one-man advantage, though, as Flamey pulls in Nitro. They've got a kid on him. They could try to still make this work, but they have to retake with one AWP as well. And Simple's position at Stables, it's fragile, but he doesn't need to be the one to take the aggro and take the peek. He just has to get the information, and Hiko on an AWP of all weapons. He's got both, and it's done. It's Liquid again, and it all starts with a crazy wallbang through the door.
What was that wallbang? I can't remember if Guardian had head armor. I hope we can work it out, but it looked like he was completely melted as soon as the first player hit him. So if he didn't have head armor, he gets punished. Normally, it's not a big deal against terrorists, because obviously the AK is a one-shot gun anyway, but that was when it actually affects you. Let's have a look at it. Oh my goodness, it's such long range as well. I bet he can't believe that has happened. And Zeus did what he could here, but that's an amazing round from Liquid. After the pause, it's going to be NaVi on another eco here, 9-1. They could seriously do this, and you're right. Hiko picking up the AWP, and you saw how they were limited there. C's trying to rotate back in with that AWP. He's forced to go to the silence USP as he goes for that vital kill, and it gives Hiko an easy shot, and that's the round over. But it's going to be flaming out on the upper platform. Dancing around the flames, in fact, so they're struggling. We said Liquid, if they got to double figures, that'd be amazing. We're looking to do that and more right now.
This is, I mean, it's always been a spot of concern. This NaVi CT side, again, they can easily get momentum rolling on this T side, but they gotta give themselves a chance. He's gonna try and do that. Takes down Hiko to bring this back to 4-on-4. With a flash in, forces Edward not to peek, but Guardian getting a kill. He's gonna leave Simple exposed. He's on 3 HP. Good refrag and re-peek out onto C's, though. As that 3 HP is enough, it may be more than enough as he goes back in, but runs out of ammo. JDM will trade it, and they'll close Zeus as well. 10-1 for Liquid over NaVi.
Yeah, they are loving this right now. Maximum loss bonus once again for NaVi after they got 1 round in the 6th. And that was in the full reset coming. It's that double orb set up again for the CTs. They're just hoping this is going to work out for them. Guardian 2 for 10. After 12 rounds, his impact has been pretty much non-existent. The rounds they've won, he actually didn't do anything in as well. So round number 12 comes in. JDM back on the orb. These guys are looking so strong right now. Everything going in their favor.
JDM looking toward that stairwell position for anyone to get there quickly on NaVi's side, but no one looking to do so just yet. B-side default for Liquid. We haven't seen as much of a straight-up B default from them as of late because they've been finding picks on A. As Flamey sees those bullets come through. Just gonna wait, see if Nitro dare show his face. Go as well. Utility over. Nearly a chance to get the shot in. They'll know Flamey's pushed back by that. They heard it hit his body. Down they go. Hiko off the pallet. They won't hear this drop, but they double up this position. This is smart. Edward has a chance for the refrag, and 2. Nitro, he's got a nade pulled out. Edward gets both, and now it's seized. The second AWP. Again, Guardian not the one wielding it this time on B. It's seized instead, and he's got 2 kills. It's all to JDM, and Guardian is going to finally close out around 10-2.
Finally a convincing round here. It's the drop-down run that saves them as well. The first player goes down, but you saw the bait coming in that tight corner. They didn't anticipate the second player to be there. He capitalizes and gives them an opportunity to actually get into this round. Guardian finishing it off as well. Something to work with here. They keep 3 players alive as well, but still, they are very fragile in terms of being reset. The full investment with the grenades and the defuse kit means they left at about $1,000 per player as well. It's Guardian, finds another kill. He's on 3 now, but round number 13, Liquid aren't going to take their foot off the pedal just yet. Looks like they'll be heading towards B once again. Another fast play. Nitro leading the charge.
Seized. Quick utility thrown in toward that long B corridor, but they still want to go. It's Nitro to start it. He's got that explosive potential. Elige not far behind him. Hiko in as well. Missed shot so far from C's that Hiko's got a double. He's going to go down as well. Seized on the side. It's Simple. And another reset potentially coming in as bomb is going to be planted. And look at the amount of post-plant utility to cover off any chance of a rotation, of which there will be none.
Just a simple B take there. A couple of smokes, flashes go over, and they crack open the bombs at it. Hiko to find the first 2 kills. Simple following up as well. They're looking very impressive, and NaVi, like you said, full reset. They have to save these weapons. Guardian needs that AWP, and the terrorists can justify hunting at this point. They've got so much money. They know what these kills mean. Gonna be looking in every single nook and cranny right now to see if they can find them. The CTs will be towards long. Guardian and Zeus holding up, just praying that no one comes looking there, but you can see them edging in. It's going to be a Liege and Simple first, and we also have Nitro covering in the other side. They're going to find them. Can the CTs hold on?
Smoke out Guardian. Zeus gets Simple to stay alive. Guardian's going to get flashed through the smoke. Nitro did get Zeus, but Guardian stays alive. They can't find him despite that no-scope attempt to try and catch anyone by chance.
Well. Reset comes in once again, $1,400 map. What a quick, fast round it was. This is the replay from Hiko. Such crisp shots. He is definitely turning up in the final map. I think all of Liquid are. The buy comes in. It's a force from NaVi. They can't really afford to lose these last 2 rounds, man. They need to make this AWP do something. It's a max 7. Famous, MP9, M4 in the hands of Zeus. And maybe another fast B play here. They just want to keep going in, and they're nailing all their shots right now, so why not? They know the CTs are limited for utility, so they'll have more freedom to actually work this area. And here we go. Nitro goes first.
Goes first, and a flash on Guardian means he's got time to set up that shot convincingly. Hiko, Flamey down. Edward, one back into him with the low HP, and Nitro could just continue rolling through the sights. He's not going to stop for anything. It's certainly not Zeus, who's now left in a 1 versus 4. Simple stop by him, though. 19 HP. Bomb planted. Utility's still up for Zeus. Money as it is, already bailing out again. They're setting up for round 15 to try and get a 3rd round. That is it for NaVi so far in this half.
Yeah, they've just been absolutely ripped apart here. Elise gets the final kill as well. It's another Simple B play. Nitro's loving this right now. He's getting thrown into these bomb signs and then finding kills everywhere. The teamwork and the chemistry is coming together perfectly.
That's one of the big things to mention as well. We talk about Simple coming back into this roster. It might be the last time we see him in a Liquid jersey, but I have to say this time around, I commend him. He's playing the role as intended, and he's doing an excellent job.
They're moments away from making the semi-finals again, Matt. Who would have thought? Simple coming back in. And in a few rounds away now from knocking out one of the world's best teams. NaVi struggling. It's number 15 here. They've got Desert Eagles, 5.7s, armor, no grenades. Surely round number 13 to be achieved by Liquid here.
All signs point to it, but NaVi again, if you're a fan of them, don't give up hope just yet. They can be very, very convincing on their T sides of Cobblestone. But again, it's a matter of giving themselves a chance at this point. Anything at all, a 3rd round in any way, shape, or form with these pistols. It has to be what they play for. Do something to try and find the opening pick, but Liquid slowly using this time to take out all the angles, to cover them off, to push them back. It's 3 players on the CT side inside the A site, Zeus, Edward, and Flamey. And Zeus in the corner, wrapping around from long, is going to try and take advantage of his positioning to catch them. Potentially get 1 quick headshot, follow up, a chance for more, a little bit of luck if he can bait in Flamey, and they can pick up a 2nd with that crossfire setup. Right now, Seized has been boosted up at draw. Here we go, Nitro's there, and it's perfect. Exactly that, baited in, Zeus gets the shot into him. They're going to come up top ramp. Edward's got 2 more. They might just get this 3rd round, NaVi. As Hiko starts to go on to B, he has the bomb, and in they go, flash out, but they haven't checked in behind the statue. And a nice reaction, though he does get Guardian, but Edward leaves it as just Simple. So commit to the plant? No, baits it out smartly so, gets Edward, and he knows that they're trying to wrap back around onto him. Smoke to allow him the freedom of movement, and also the chance to peek. Spots the gun barrel of Zeus. He's gonna try and catch him out, lurk up closely. He sees him coming, nice shot by Simple. There's 2, 1 to go. Seized, back turn, they don't know they're there. Is he gonna be Simple? He doesn't, he pulls it back. He keeps it with 13 rounds for Liquid, and I'm sorry, NaVi. Your chances, they're gone again. It's gonna have to be a hell of a 2nd half from you.
That's why Simple is one of the world's best players there. He knew exactly what he had to do. It's a massive round. It completely shuts down NaVi as well. You can see the look on their faces. That meant everything. A 3-on-1, and they can't even close that out. Liquid completely schools them. What great, great play there. Sensational stuff. He finishes the half on 20 frags. 13-2 in the final deciding map to get Liquid to the semi-final. I don't think there's anything left. NaVi need to win this pistol. You said that T-side was good, but is it this good?
It's gonna have to be, or it'll be another major where they bow out, and this time it won't be in a final as the last 2 have seen. Impressive stuff. We'll take a short break, let them compose themselves, and we will jump back in to see if they have anything left. Well, welcome back, everybody, to ESL One Cologne 2016, our third quarterfinal, and this team, NaVi, have got to dig deeper than ever before because Liquid might be going to yet another semifinal in what is only their second playoff appearance in a major. Back-to-back, as simple, clutching it out at the end, brilliant. Hiko stepping up as needed, Elige had his moments, and Nitro has been explosive. It's been great for the entirety of Team Liquid, but NaVi, man oh man, flat half.
Everyone's been fantastic for Liquid in that first half, but the thing is, Thorin pointed out on the desk, it's Flamey that normally has the X factor to win them big games like this. Him and Guardian, they've been non-existent throughout the entire of Cobble. Guardian won 3 frags. This is supposed to be his headline map. He's supposed to be the one getting them those 5 rounds. They've got 2. Like I said before, this pistol has to come in for them. If they lose that, that's pretty much the GG moment right there. So we'll see what they can do. So much pressure applied to the NaVi side. 4 sets of armor, 1 smoke and a flashbang. That's the play, but it's Simple going aggressive towards middle. And we're well underway, and Simple's pushed all the way towards the top mid here. This is kind of nuts. He can give the call to his teammates. It's actually going to be joined by 4 of his teammates as well, so they can rotate and go for the backstab. This is unorthodox, but it could just work.
This is so clever. They're all wrapped around Elige. He's going to let them go in the site. He's alone to hold them, but they're so hot on the heels. JDM even goes all the way through T-Spawn just to make sure that they're there. And it's going to be Simple and Nitro to start it off. We said they needed the pistol lobby. It could be the beginning of the end. Siege gets Simple back, but he's gone down to Hiko. What a round from Liquid. What a read. You said it last map, playing to win. Certainly are with a call like that.
They're so confident right now. 4 pushing down middle and getting behind them. NaVi had no idea that was going on. It was a bold move, it was audacious, but it pays off. Nitro and Elige, Simple opening it all up. Everything working out for Liquid now. 14-2, it has to be the force buy. But Liquid 1 round away from series point to get them to the semi-final against one of the world's strongest teams who were expected to have, this is the tournament they're supposed to win. It's been such a long time coming. Tech 9s and PD50s, 1 smoke, and a rush towards middle. Let's see what they can do as Hiko pulls out the auto shotgun once again.
Smoke out in front of Nitro. He won't be able to enter back in to help Simple right now. They know he's behind the stables. He's blinded up, and they do get him behind him. They've got the sight. Can they get more with it? Nitro long range with that MP9 smart, or excuse me, MP7 smart play to go for the USP. Guardian trading onto him, pulls it back to 3 aside, and they've got a FAMAS now out on Edward with the armor. They had to go all in with the money they had. Bomb down. How odd is it that this always seems to be the case? You see a pistol go in a map where it almost closes it, and then an Eco is so possible. Guardian's position takes down Hiko. Oh, thank you for the shotgun by Elige. Edward on JDM, they pull off an absolutely mandatory Eco round.
Well. Apparently this game has got a few more twists and turns. NaVi against all odds, the force buy in the second, and the rush middle works out for them. Liquid, such a commanding lead right now. It's going to be Simple fully investing into this round. He will be going for that 5-7 armor. We can talk all day whether that's the correct decision, Matt. We normally do say when you have these huge leads, there's no real reason to invest fully into it. Just build up the economy the best you can. Yes, you're going to be double eco regardless, but you want to have that first gun out to be as strong as physically possible. Random rating comes in. JDM, he's towards long, drawn by Simple as well. He's the one who's invested the most, so if he can get a couple of kills, that'd be massive. But NaVi try to hold on now. Can't afford to let anything else slip. We said that T-side is tremendous. And he's have to take this round by round now. There's no reason why they can't do it. Anything can happen. And it's going to be Simple to go down first. That investment not really working out for him.
Zeus around the corner. Jump up to spot the player boosted. It's Nitro, but JDM back up trying to support him. What pistols they have. NaVi not giving an inch away so far in this as Seas takes out Hiko. Nitro forced to jump away from that position. It's too late. He's been there long enough. He knows they're going to push onto him. JDM is able to pick up 1, but Nitro starts it off. Flamey's got him back, though. It's still a 1 versus 3. I was going to say the round at this point should it be over. However, we'll see if he can make this work with the FAMAS or if it's worth saving for the next round.
He's just trying to make it expensive for the T's as much as he possibly can, right? He's going towards that vent area, and it's going to be hoping to catch Seized out. Those spots maybe crossing over. Gets the kill on him as well, so Nitro's making a convincing case.
Surprise. Okay.
Hello.
Okay, money. There it is. Take the cash when you can get it, Seas. Second night for him in the series. Nitro knew that vent was busted, but he couldn't figure out where it came from and had no idea he'd slipped into the balcony.
This will be the redundant round now. Liquid won't invest anything into this. Maybe a few PT50s, that'll be about it. It's a chance for NaVi now to utilize his SMGs they've got, build some money and much needed money amount. They have to make sure they can have strong buys every single round here. Set themselves up going forward, but saying that, they can't really afford to lose any more rounds, so there's Nitro's PT50 play. And Edwards, some nice work there, but NaVi are going to be pretty comfortable. They know it's a full eco at this point, but this is the 5-8 I talked about. It's the airstrike, I call it, towards that B site. You wait for them to show their hand and commit to the side. You throw all the nades on top of it, and that allows those PT50s to be a little bit more powerful, and they can actually get some opportunity to win the round, but it all plays off the fact that they have to go B. You see all 5 players committed from Liquid to this side of the map. They're hoping it works out, and if it does, it could be pretty exciting, but it looks like it's going to be a B split. You can see Terrorists have made it forward towards Connector as well. Once they don't need to push at this point. They've established there's nothing towards A. Hold this Connector position. Zeus, you're getting a little bit too aggressive for my liking, but he's making it work. Actually, maybe he's not, as he goes down to the hand of JDM.
Edward will pick up the pieces, though. JDM low, catching on the reload, though. So UMP grab.
Yeah,
Flamey's right above this, though. He could easily counter it.
There was no reason to push into the B side. You've won the round. Just hold it up, stop them rotating in, get a crossfire established there. He walks through by himself, gets taken down. They're going to win the round regardless, but like I said, need to make sure they're very careful in these situations, don't give anything away. Liquid now do salvage a UMP, and I think that's actually pretty viable. The fact that Cobble's one of those strange maps where almost every SMG and shotgun will be used at some point, depending on the team we're watching. So a UMP, that helps buffer them a little bit more. They can go to the next round with some more utility, and someone will be happy to use that. Possibly not JDM. He'll be looking to get the AWP. He'll be passing it on to maybe someone like a Liege.
So NaVi on an eco have the chance to build the momentum that we know them for on this T side. We're trying to do some more economic damage, but they'll take down every weapon grabbed and saved by Team Liquid, who still sit on 14 rounds. Well, scary number for Liquid.
It's going to be the buy round now. Liquid do have the AWP in hand. So does Guardian as well. The thing is, on Guardian, on Cobble, like I said, the CT side is normally his strongest. Terrorist, he relies on his teammates to really do most of the work. He can be good for 1 or 2 in the clutch situations especially, but instead of opening up the map, it's normally like Zeus, Seas, Flamey, they're the headline acts on the T side. So these are the guys that need to be stepping up here. Flamey, as we said on the CT side, have an absolute shocker. So looking for a redemption here. We're going to round number 20. Will be JDM towards long 8. That AWP, looking to get that first pick. Look how many players are stacked. There'll be 3 in long 8. For the CTs, and Zeus does a dare walk around this corner.
Flashbang ready to go. 3 players set up. That long A. Simple in danger. JDM needs to try and get the aggro, but the flash comes through. Nitro's got 1 traded. 2! He does pick up Edward. He gets both as he transfers the spray over. That's big, because now they've got the 1-man advantage on the Liquid side. Seized. He's going to try and make a case in the opposite direction. Spots up Hiko in the corner. They're going to go into the flames because they know he's blind, and a good play by Seized. Good recognition, but Bomb, it's in the tunnels right now. Intentionally left there, and Simple, he's just watching it. He's going to drop it down on the deck, and suddenly he can fall back with the flash. Guardian coming ever closer, but he's in a 1 versus 3. AWP, it is Guardian, it is up close, but he doesn't land the shot, and it's Simple. That puts Liquid on match and series point against NaVi.
10 rounds in a row now for NaVi to get in a row. Liquid just need to find one of them. What another amazing run there from Nitro. They had the crossfire, they anticipated the A play. They got the crossfire set up. He finds 3 kills. We're going to round number 21. You can see the buy is not sensational for NaVi. They've got 4, well, make it 3 AKs, a Tech 9 on Zeus. Guardian does have the AWP, but what a play that was. This is it, map.
Could very well away. But NaVi, experienced, have to do this. Now or never. AWP for Guardian again. It's just the Tech 9 for Zeus. Boost up for Nitro on the corner as well at A. Simple at this point just has to watch long so he's not vulnerable and back exposed when they walk around the corner, and he'll focus at the bottom of the middle. But the split right now from NaVi. 2 at the top of drop. Bomb down. Zeus and Edward still over at A. Guardian now swinging that AWP back over to the B site to see if he can find an opening elsewhere, because nothing has presented itself. And look at this little setup from JDM. Come to me, I have the op. If I miss, that's fine. Elige wants to just bait him in and leave his position to be the one that completely thwarts any opportunity for entry. 59 seconds. NaVi, as always, trying to bleed out the CTs and get a read. They'll set for execution. Now the smokes comes in. Molotov does go on to Elise. He's got to get out of there. Sprays through it. Does get a kill him.
Wow.
Oh, even smarter. JDM, what a brilliant team play. He keeps him alive inside of that smoke, and now they've got a chance to try and capitalize on this because Elise does finally go down. But that's the transfer. That's the spray back for NaVi to take the round. But Simple again. He might just steal it. Hiko's going to go down to Guardian. He's got 2 kills with the AWP. Better now than never, and a reverse boost coming through. It's going to be the low HP player, Simple, that they send because he's got to come up with something surprising. He can't be aggressive with the HP as it is, and he'll need to play this off of Nitro. Zeus already looking at the doors. As soon as he fires a shot, considers this, but Tech9 up close, 5 HP, flash through. It's now or never to go. They play it perfectly again. Simple with 1. Guardian, he has to clutch this all the way, and Nitro, he's getting closer and closer, and the HP 18 only, but Guardian does it! NaVi's not done just yet!
1 versus 1, and it's a 4K from Guardian to keep the dream alive here. 10 scenes there, what a play it was. Gets Simple boosted up, the flashbang comes over, he gets the kill, and it's Nitro that throws the HE grenade on top of Guardian's feet as well. He has to hold his nerve at the back and chicken coop there. That could have been the moment right there. But like you said, NaVi do manage to hold on here. We go into round number 22. There's no money available. Is this a force buy from the CTs? It actually is. So considering this lead, they actually want to go all in, and they're going to get in Desert Eagles and the Scouts. They probably would have been double eco anyway, so it's not a big deal, but still, it's going to be NaVi now with 2 SMGs. And the AWP of Guardian. I thought Nitro wanted that so badly. That was the moment right there.
Had to show up at some point, Guardian. Keeps them alive with that round. Hiko trading 2, has Flamey and Edward as well. Nitro, this is the max down. Zeus and Z's go down. What a great time play from Nitro. And Hiko made it all possible by taking all the aggression. It's Guardian again that has to clutch. And he's gone to the AK to do so because he doesn't have the information or the angles to read. Spots up, Hiko jumping back. Who still has a pistol. He cannot play this. He cannot bait it out. Nitro, his presence known it long, and Guardian's aware of it. That's the chance to advance elsewhere. But Nitro, man, oh man, what a round to pull this back, and Liquid are going to the semifinals.
Unbelievable. What a performance that was, especially on the first half. Crazy, 13-2 on the terrorist side of Cbble. They completely locked down NaVi there. They look non-existent. Their star players shut down. You can see it on their faces now. They know this is an embarrassment. They were supposed to win. They're supposed to be favorites in this tournament. Liquid, they make another semi-final map. What a storyline.
And JDM last time, now with Liquid, was knocked out in the quarters against them for CLG. For him, you saw this giant jubilated cheer. He's obviously extremely thrilled, and another great accomplishment for North America and Team Liquid. NaVi, again, heartbreaking, but really didn't bring anything to the table on map 3.
Simple and Nitro. I think they have to be the MVPs of that series there. Simple finishes on 28 kills. In that round he did in the first half as well. Number 15, he won the 3 versus 1. That was like the final nail in the coffin. He said, even when you have these huge advantages, I'm going to take them away from you. And he continued that form into the second half as well. Nitro especially. Just when I started saying to them, is this force by the best idea? He finds 3 kills with the CZ. Magnificent. 16-6 is your final score. 2-1 in favor of Liquid. After coming back on mute, we thought it was a questionable pick, but it pays dividends. And we say goodbye to NaVi.
We do say goodbye to NaVi, and Red Eye is going to say hello to Hiko, who's making another way into the semi-final. He's getting closer to that dream. We'll see if this time they can go further.
Yes, we will indeed find out whether they can go further. Hiko, congratulations, first of all, on an incredible victory against a fantastic team. You've got to hand it to NaVi. They're difficult opponents.
Definitely probably one of the hardest games of my career, for sure. I also didn't play very well. My teammates just stepped up when they needed to. I'm so happy right now. It's an amazing feeling making 2 semifinals in a row.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations on that as well. I know you want to go further, so it's not job done. But credit to the boys, right? Everyone seemed to step up. There's a 5 kill from Elysian there. There's a 4-man from Nitro. There's a 1v3 from Sin. And it seemed like all of you chipped in. I mean, you say you had a poor match, but come on, man. There was a few good shots in there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Counter-Strike is not a team game. Everybody stepped up, as you said. We hit the clutch rounds. I think we ecoed them twice, too. So everybody played phenomenally. NaVi played great. It was a great match for us.
Fans are great, obviously. Nice to have some USA chants here.
Yeah, it kind of feels like the MLG crowd. This is amazing.
Did you bring them all over on a plane?
Yeah, guilty. Thanks, guys.
Brought them with you. Okay, let's look forward. Semi-finals next.
Yeah, it's either Fnatic or Gambit, I believe. So I think against both teams, you have a pretty good map pool to play them. I'm feeling confident. We'll go back tonight, see who wins the match, prepare the same way we did for today, tomorrow, and come play in our A game, hopefully.
I know you'll always say this, perhaps publicly, that yeah, you always had belief you could beat NaVi, but when you saw the draw for the quarters, did you not think, oh wow, these guys are really hard?
Actually, Simple took me outside and he was like, you know, I've never beat NaVi on LAN before. So I know this is huge for him. He really played amazing. He really played with his heart on his sleeve. And yeah, I really do like Simple.
I kind of gathered. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Liquid are your semi-finalists. Well done, Hiko, boys.
Hiko there.
I was worried he was going to get down on one knee there. What's going on?
There's definitely some real man love between the two of them. Hiko and Simple, two very integral parts of Liquid as they do create another civil unrest here in the LANXESS arena.
Doesn't this stage look a bit like the Liquid logo with all the screens coming in?
Yeah, it does,
like
it does.
Behind the horsey.
The horsey.
The horsey.
You know, you were implying the Illuminati was behind the top set.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's safe to say that the Liquid horse was indeed the dark horse and did pick up that huge victory versus NaVi. And I think we'll run with the point that Hiko raised there with Red Eye is Simple. He pulled him outside. He said, I want that win. And his ADR, his stats from that previous map, of course, Cobblestone does demonstrate that. As well as the picture behind me, you'll see it in a moment. There is some real passion and fire that you don't often see from Simple in every single game he plays, boys. That was something special from not only him, but the entire Liquid roster. Yanko.
For sure, but he was the leading force of this team in the last two maps. On Nuke, he had 24 kills, most of them on the T side, which was the harder side. They lost pistol, and he was the driving factor on that map. And here, he just had an incredible performance. I think he ended up with 29 kills, something like that. So it just seemed that whatever Liquid wanted to do, they were able to do it. That there was nothing NaVi could do to stop them on that last map.
Blue. Liquid have done it. That pin, despite all of your doubts and various turncoats, you have managed to see a North American team to the semi-final. 2 majors in a row. It's Liquid again.
Moved it further up, of course.
You know, it's a nice pin. I've only had it on for a little bit, but I think we're going to stick with it.
Put it next to the victory pin, rather
yeah,
appropriately.
You notice it's a nice touch now. They've earned it, the place beside it. But, I mean, Simple stats in that last map alone are just ginormous. His rating at a 1.9 HLTV rating, and I believe his ADR was sitting at 113.7, but what an incredible standout performance for him. He wanted to be able to have the honor of beating NaVi on LAN, and I mean, he's finally done it, and with Liquid again, now they're in the semifinals. Not just him too, but there's another player on the team which was incredibly crucial to their efforts here, and that's Nitro, an absolute god on LAN here, coming out with some incredibly crazy plays. They're on all 3 maps.
Cobblestone, you said it was a coin toss, Duncan. You suggested that there was some strength, some merits to Liquid's play on Cobblestone. Sure, yeah. Where was NaVi? Where was Guardian?
Well, here's the thing. I said the X factor was flamey because I noticed the pattern. When these teams played a lot, as in NaVi played all the other opposition, really the wins and losses went by flamey. What I didn't realize was obviously there's a huge X factor on the side of Team Liquid, which is Simple. I mean, in that game, in Nuke he was very good, but in this game he was a god. I mean, his rifle work alone, he wasn't doing it with the AWP, he was just picking people's heads off with the AK. It's absolutely fantastic. Whenever people say, what do the NA teams lack, you know, because sometimes you get NA teams who have the routine, they have the tactics, sometimes they have very good synergy between players. There's no NA player who can play to that level. There's no one who can have a peak like that and can literally just go against the best European teams and just take them all apart. And that's because even in Europe, there aren't many players like that. This guy really is a prodigy in terms of his talent. And so here's the bad part of it is, the further Liquid goes and the more he carries them, the more torture is going to be suffered the day after the major when he leaves Liquid, never to return.
Yeah, it's
what?
We'll see.
We will see. We can talk about.
Okay, I'm starting it now. Hashtag never say never, Simple. Hashtag never say never.
Hashtag roster moves aren't simple.
I'll jump on that bandwagon.
But no, I want to say one more thing actually. After watching NaVi for all these years play, and now they've had this same lineup for something like almost a year and a half, you know, they've kept it for quite a while. It's been very successful, many finals, obviously 2 major finals. I actually think when you consider Simple's from the Ukraine as well, he's someone who's so talented. This is like a lineup that's got some veterans in it. Maybe one day they're going to retire. Guy like Guardian's been injured at some point in time. One day, I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know what circumstances. Mark my words, one day Simple is going to play for NaVi. It has to happen, right?
It does, as long as there isn't an incredible personality clash. It just wouldn't make sense to not pick up a talent like that from the same country as you. Janko, the loss of NaVi. They made it to 2 grand finals, 2 majors running, and now that dream ends in the quarterfinals. A couple of words to that.
Well, I feel they lost in a fashion that NaVi tends to lose most of their deciding games, right? It seemed that after a point on that third map, they just crumbled. They lost a lot of close rounds, and they were just being completely destroyed wherever they tried to go. It reminded me of the second half of that train game. Whatever Liquid tried to do on their T side, they couldn't even get a clear duel because NaVi was just blowing their heads off straight from the server. I felt that was what happened to them on Cbble.
And we keep talking about this crazy influential performance. I mean, we did also raise the point that NaVi were not tested prior to this game. We said they walked through the NIP game. They also got to top of their group, so just kind of sat here waiting for an opponent. Liquid just brought that test and more. They didn't seem almost ready for that one blue. I think that will be all we have really to say is that Liquid have caused a massive upset. We've got another game to look forward to. Any closing thoughts from Janko?
There are always games, you know, where you can point out mistakes or the crucial rounds. This was one of those games where NaVi didn't have a say in this game at all because Liquid and mostly Simple at first just showed up and he said, I'm going to beat you here and there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. And that's just what happened. He carried the game for Liquid all the way.
And there's not many players in this world of Counter-Strike that can do that.
And you won't see many games like this at this level of play.
Absolutely awesome stuff. And we keep saying just how great this game was. If you want to find out just how great it was from a statistics side of things, there is an application for that. It is, of course, the Score Esports. You can check it out on your smartphone, available on iOS and Google Play. And you can actually see the KD of Simple, especially over towards Cobblestone. Check out Nuke as well. He was very, very potent on that one as well. We keep talking about ADR, of course, average damage per round. Right, we're taking a break. It's happened all over again. Another crazy result here at ESL One Cologne. And we're still not done with the quarterfinals. Our final game of the day will be Fnatic versus Gambit. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. We'll be back with the finals to see if the Swedes can make it to the semifinals.
USA.
Final game of the day is what I want.